Hey everybody, I'm Bethany, and I thought now was the time to also join in on plans for a 6-month rebrand. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. So glad to have you. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can get notified anytime that I post. We're about to get pretty honest here. I have spent my entire life, which is 30 plus years, moving a lot, not feeling settled, feeling like everything was out of my control. I have been saying 2026 is my year, and I really want to try and make that true. To be completely frank, this is the first year that I am not moving every year or every couple of years with a known end timeline to how long I would be somewhere. The last place I was doesn't count because I was overseas. I knew I was going to be there for a year and then I was on my way. So there was an entire year of being in limbo across the planet. Before that, I was in Texas. Even then, even though I'd been there for three and a half years in the same house, I knew it was going to end. I knew that I had to move past that chapter in my life, and I was not going to stay in the area. Before that, I had moved pretty much every year. Also, I am now in the first time where I don't have a lot of external pressure from school and training for my current job that is dictating every hour of every day and not feeling like I have any say in my life. This is the first year that I'm in the career I'm staying in. I am not in training, so I don't have other people telling me how I'm supposed to spend every hour of my life. I am in a house that I will be in until the foreseeable future. This, I don't think, is my forever home. I do think that we will be here for quite a while we plan for a forever home. And so I don't know how long I'll be here. It could be years, and that's awesome. That's the first time I get to say that. This is the first time I get to make my own schedule to a degree. Obviously, work is work, but I don't have pressure of testing and being told I'm not going to make it somewhere that I am currently. This is the first year I'm almost 33, in almost 33 years that I have the chance to feel settled. And what better time than now to do a bit of a rebrand? I've seen these in years past that people do kind of a 6-month, because you hear the thing, it takes 6 months to change your life, and the time is going to pass anyway. And I think that I felt so disoriented and out of control in all the years past that I couldn't take it quite as seriously as I wanted to. But now is the time. So I have a bunch of notes here. I did not go into this with the intention of making 26 goals for 2026. I kind of just let the goals come to me and things that I wanted to try and achieve. Some of these I may not achieve in the first 6 months, but I want to work towards them. Some of them I might not get at all this year, and that's okay. And I think what's really important about any of these rebrands is this is not a list that I have to complete. And as someone who struggles significantly with perfectionism, making a list feels like a have to, not a want to. That if I don't finish a list, I'm a failure. And so I think that is going to be something that is a little bit therapeutic about doing this for the first 6 months and even beyond, is that I have to face that I may not accomplish everything. And that doesn't mean that I'm less. That means that I'm trying to be more. So I've broken them down, and I think I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 goals. I might accidentally put a wrench in that, but make it 27. So we'll see. I have broken them up into into currently 8 categories. It was mostly just so I can kind of try and make sense of stuff that I was doing. I have put them into health, is number one. And then my personal vision or kinds of things of how I want to be portrayed in the world. Creativity, because I've let that slide significantly in my life and I'm trying to get back to it. My personal life, things for work, things for content creation, which probably could fall under creativity, dream aspiration items, and my procrastination station to-dos, because there are things that I have said that I'm going to do for years and years and years, and I continue to ignore them. So health is my biggest one. In training for my current job, which took 5 years, I let my health slide significantly. I gained a lot of weight. I was not eating healthy. I wasn't eating the most nutritious items for myself. I wasn't focusing on things that would make my body better. It was really a survival mode, and that really kind of backtracked on me. So one of my goals is I want to be able to do one pull-up. This might seem silly to a lot of you. I have had that on my list of things that I want to do since college. I have never been able to do a pull-up, and by the time that I started to get strong enough to do it, I then started to gain weight, and so it got harder and harder and harder. So one pull-up. I want to be able to do one tricep dip. So these are things that I don't want assistance for. I don't want the leverage. I want to be able to do it on my own. I want to be able to run an 8-minute mile. I previously, in years past, was at a comfortable 9.5-minute mile. That used to be my go-to, not out of breath, not struggling pace. I can't even do that now. Yes, I can run further than I used to, but I can't run as fast, and so I really want to change that. On the same token, I want to run a sub 6-hour marathon. Most people are probably like, I want to run sub 4 hours, qualify for Boston. I have completed 2 marathons in my entire life, and they were both the Honolulu Marathon, which is no time limit. So really, it was just getting my body and my brain to cross the finish line. I am signed up for a marathon in May, and I would love to crack under 6 hours, which means I have to take it seriously and actually train. Which goes in the next thing. I want to run daily for 30 days. That is mostly just so I stop hating my body for not going the way that I want it to, and also my brain for telling me that I can't do something, and I can't, especially around running. I don't want to run daily longer than the 30 days. I think that I could potentially get injured from that, and I might get injured trying to do it in the first 30 days of January, but I want to give it a try, even if it is just for a mile. I remember when I fell out of exercising, running 1 mile was so hard for me, and I want to get back into the rhythm of doing that. I want to lose 30 pounds. I gained nearly 50 pounds in training, and 30 pounds is a little too much to try and lose in 6 months, or it's kind of around where I could, but however I do it, I want to do it safely. So we'll see. So just kind of getting back into a healthier weight. I want to go to Pilates minimum weekly. I love Pilates. I have a lot of back issues, joint issues, and hypermobility problems that I discovered over the last year is significantly improved by doing Pilates. I can do a whole separate tangent about how good Pilates is for you. It is extremely expensive, and I do pay for Club Pilates membership, and I need to use it. I need to actually use it. At some point, I would love to have my own reformer and just do it at home, but I'm not there. I am not that impressed. I'm not that advanced. Finally, I want to go to the gym at least 4 times a week. We signed up for the YMCA. I have access to a gym where I work. I want to go to Pilates, all of these things. So either Pilates and or lifting weights, I want to do at least 4 times a week for the betterment of my body and my ability to live as long as possible and as healthily as possible. I do not want to get to the point where I am 60, 70 and I'm so frail I can't enjoy anything. For my personal vision, this is a hard topic for me in general but I want to get a wardrobe that I enjoy. Because of all of the weight that I did put on, I stopped buying clothes that made me feel good. I bought clothes that kind of felt like I was hiding. This is a sweater I was given by an in-law just for comfort reasons, so I'm going to keep it, and it's wonderful around the house. But I want to stop hating on myself so much that I stop buying clothes, and then I get more upset with myself because I have nothing to wear. I just want to feel like I am more put together in life. I want to have more consistent makeup use. This is not because I think that I have to have makeup on. In fact, I've spent the last many years without makeup on, specifically because things and how I'm treated are sometimes worse when I wear makeup. I have a huge issue when I'm at work that people like to ask me how old I am and discredit what I am doing because they think that I look young or that I look like I don't belong in the career that I'm in. And that happens significantly more when I wear makeup. And that started to scare me during training. And so I stopped wearing it because I stopped wanting people to make comments. And I'm at the point that I'm like, I feel a little bit better about myself when I have it on. I don't care if you're making comments anymore because awesome, thank you for thinking that I look like I'm a teenager, but that's also just kind of dumb, and it's a weird comment to make. And I feel more comfortable saying to people, that's a weird comment to make or an unnecessary thing that you need to say. The other thing is I own a lot of makeup for someone who doesn't really wear it, and I need to get that under control. For creativity, I would like to make at least 4 videos a month and post them to YouTube. I currently, at the time of putting this up, might have 4 episodes before this. I might have added one ahead of this, but I don't have that many. And I do enjoy doing this, and I enjoy the editing process, and I want to create a community that is about growth and is about enjoying different hobbies in life. Like, obviously, I really like to read. This is one of many, many bookshelves that I have. It's just the one that's in my office. So I want to post at least 4 videos a month. I would like to get up to 2 a week, but we're going to go with the minimums here to make ourselves do a little bit better. I want to finish 20% of the projects that are in my to be crafted jar. Oh, the mushroom fell. Which is actually this. And I have added a few more, and I will continue to add more because some of my Christmas presents were more crafting things that I really love to do. But I have many things that are left over from years and things that I would really like to complete that I haven't. So editing me will say how many I have and how many I still need to do. The other thing for creativity is I want to junk journal. I think, one, I need to journal more in general. And junk journaling is a creative outlet for things that I've done. And it also encourages me to go do more things outside of my house. Because in order to junk journal, you have to have the junk to journal with. So, kind of a twofer in that one. For my personal life, I want to participate in Project Pan. That's partly also why I want to consistently use more makeup. I have a horrible habit with consumerism, as do so many people that I know. And you can't see it because we're facing the corner of my house, have so much stuff that I don't even know what all I have. And I have such a bad habit that I will have bought something, lost it in my house, forgot I ever bought it, and buy another one. And I'm sick of it. It is overwhelming. This is a year that I do not want to be overwhelmed and overstimulated by my house. And that's going to be probably a longer than 6-month journey. But we're going to do Project Pan. I have a couple of guided journals that I have bought over the years. So another goal is that I want to do daily journaling in those guided journals separately from the junk journaling. Junk journaling is just a creative outlet. The daily journaling, I have some that it's a start where you are, it's just intermittent things that you can do on a daily basis. It has prompts, and then one that is more of a gratitude guided journal. I want to be able to do that daily for 6 months. And the other thing in personal life is I want to create a craft corner. So I have stuff scattered everywhere. I need to get things organized. I was very blessed for Christmas that my husband got me the Dream Station, which is not the full box. I am still going to request that for my birthday, but the sewing center, so that I have storage space, and I have so many other crafts and things that I really want to participate in more because it does bring me joy. And we have areas in our basement that would be perfect for it. They just have to be cleaned out, framed, put some drywall up, get some rugs, create a whole corner in there, which looks like it was previously done. And then we had to take out a lot of stuff when we got the house because it had been flooded in the basement. So, and the final thing in my personal life, which on a similar note of the overstimulated and overwhelmed, is to clean and organize my home. This sounds simple, probably to many of you. To me, it is one of the hardest things to do. I did not grow up in even a remotely clean home. I did not grow up in an organized home. At no point moving did I grow up in any of that. I was never taught how to clean. I was never taught how to declutter. I was never taught really how to keep any of these things in line. And it's about time. Like, I'm old enough that I should not feel so anxious about just cleaning my house or decluttering my house or organizing it. But every time I see a pile of stuff, I get so overwhelmed. I just get paralyzed in trying to make a decision. So that might take more than 6 months. Hopefully not. Never say never. But I would like a clean and organized home. For work, I want to subscribe to a journal and read it consistently, as well as go through a stack of old journals that I have and see if any of it is still applicable. I have dozens and dozens. I had a whole system in residency where I wanted to create an outline and keep it saved on my computer so that I had the highlights of any articles and studies. So I need to get up to that. For my content, I would like to get to 50 subscribers. I have one, and I would love for more people to join me. I would love to build a community. I love doing this. I'm going to keep doing it, probably even if I'm just talking to myself and nobody else. I'm just going to be more filler on the internet, I guess. But my goal is to get to 50. I would love to get to the point where I am at 500. But I think a realistic thing for me is just, even 50 seems crazy to me. There's 50 people who might want to listen to me. I do want to feel comfortable filming in front of others. I still feel uncomfortable filming in my own house if anybody else is here because it's so new to me. I don't film in public. I want to potentially do vlogs and things, but it freaks me out to try and do any filming with that. The other thing is I want to stop using filler words. I have a terrible habit, and I get so nervous, even if it's just me talking to me. Nobody's here. I'm talking to you, but I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking to me talking to you. Of saying things like and so and all the time, and I don't need to fill all the silence. I need to become a more eloquent speaker, and that starts by eliminating filler words. For my procrastination station to-dos, things that I've put off for years and years and years and years, is I want to finally clear and organize my email. I'm one of those people who has tens of thousands of emails because I glance at the promotion ones or I glance at the ads and then I don't delete it and I don't go through it. And so I lose emails and I lose opportunities and things that people have sent me because I don't see them. Because I get lost in the weeds of 600 emails a day and I need to unsubscribe from lists that I don't actually care about. I don't need more companies advertising to me through my email. I need to just clear it. I need to organize it. I need to get it to a point where every day I can get through my inbox, address it, and move on. That's both for my personal and for my work email, because both are chaotic. My work email is a little bit cleaner, but I still have a bunch of stuff that I think I've just perpetually put on a to-do list and hope people forgot about. It's fine. I want to digitize notes that I have from residency. I have big binders full of, hi buddy, of, my dog's here, of papers, notes and things that I took in residency that I'm not going to look at the paper version. I do want the information accessible, but that I do want the information accessible, but I need it in a form that is more realistic. And I don't need to lug around binders full of papers that I'm not going to flip through. It's not organized. There's, oh, no way. He's a little too low for the camera. Oh, but my dog Becky's here. So I want to digitize all my notes from residency, and that can take a very long time. And then for my dream aspiration stuff that I have currently for the 6-month period, I would like to receive one physical ARC in 2026. Not one that I have won out of a contest, although that was phenomenal and I loved. Thank you, Berkeley, still for that. I'm still excited about that. And I have read one of them and it was phenomenal already. But I want to receive one physical ARC in 2026. Am I going to accomplish that in the first 6 months? Probably not. But I'm going to give it a shot. And then for my final thing is I do want to increase my reading speed. I don't feel like I am that slow of a reader. I read 75 books in 2025. Most of which were in the last 6 months. And that was because I was moving all over the place. I moved across the planet. A lot of things happened. I'm trying to unpack a house. I moved, like, everything is chaotic. I still feel like I could read faster. And I want to see if there's a way at this point in my life to tap into that and try and push myself a little bit faster. I get jealous all the time because my husband reads twice as fast as I do. He does not read as many books as I do, but he can read 100 pages in an hour and I can read maybe 60. And that's just crazy to me. Anyways, those are my 26 goals of 2026. And I will put a little asterisk and make a 27th goal that is a year-long goal to fail 500 times. Thank you. He's got things to say. I want to push myself to fail 500 times. That could be something super small or really big. But I have such a crippling fear of failure that I feel embarrassed and less than and anxious and take it extremely personally. My dog is huffing in the back because he wants attention. Hi. You okay, buddy? Okay. And feel extremely anxious. Hi. About failing. And I stop myself from taking opportunities and I stop myself from doing things because I don't. Thank you. Hi. Because I don't want to fail. I'm petting my dog from the corner. And if I bake something and I don't think it's perfect, I can't handle it. It's gotten better in the last few months, but it still has stopped me from doing a lot of stuff. I'm afraid to post videos because I'm afraid that they're going to fail. And I know my dog's mad too. And I think that's silly and I think that's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Tell the crowd. I don't need it. Okay. He didn't tell you anything. Come here. Any hoozle. I know. You're so mad. You're so cute. I don't make videos because I'm afraid I'm going to fail at them. And what constitutes failing at them? That someone on the internet is not going to like it. It could be the highest quality production with no faults and no flaws, and someone on the internet isn't going to like it. Okay. And I need to care less about what other people think is failing and care about what I think is failing. And I don't know what that bar is yet, so, oh my gosh, it's like earthquake Becky. But anyways, those are my goals for my 6-month rebrand. I have no idea how it's going to go. My plan is to post a monthly update to see how any of this is going, to see if any of this is completed. At some point in the very near future, I will also be creating probably a 2026 bingo board with some of these things on it, plus some others that sometimes I need to gamify what I'm doing in order to make it seem a little bit easier, seem a little less serious, and to do more. But if you're interested in joining along for this journey, if you are also going to be doing your own 6-month rebrand, let me know in the comments so I can follow along with your journey too. I think that everybody should be growth people. I think that we should all strive to be more. I think none of us are perfect. None of us will ever be perfect. And I think that the more we can push ourselves to be better to ourselves, to others, to everything around us, to be kinder and to be more compassionate, I think that that's a great goal. And I think that we should all strive for those things. So if you are on this 6-month rebrand to redevelop some portion of things that you are not happy with, let me know in the comments. If you are wanting to follow along with my journey, awesome. Thank you so much. Love you for that. Please hit the subscribe button. Help me get to one of those goals by getting to 50, which to many of you out there may seem like nothing, and you can get 50 without even thinking about it. But I mostly post about books, and that's a hard genre to crack into. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. And man, do I hope to actually knock off any of these goals. But we'll see. Until next time. Thanks, guys.